Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be filming using all of my favorite beauty products on my face. If you haven't seen my previous video, go watch it so you know all of my favorite beauty products. I just talked about them in that video. I didn't apply them. I already had my makeup on and I was just telling you guys about what I love and all that stuff. So if you want to see how I love to actually use those products and apply them onto my face, then please keep on watching. Okay, so first things first is I'm going to start out with this cannabis seed oil by KIEHLS. I am going to just put a few drops onto my face. I did not, in my previous video I talked about a face mask, a TATCHA face mask, and the TATCHA CAMILA oil. I'm putting about that much, by the way. Oops, don't want it to drip. And then I'm just going to rub it into my hands, and I'm going to just stamp it into my skin. But about the TATCHA products, I already use them in the shower. I only use the oil to really take off my makeup because it's a cleansing oil. And then I did not use the mask today. I was a little bit lazy. It's the Radiance C mask, but go watch my other video if you have not, so you know what I'm talking about. So I like to just push this into the skin and let it really seep in. I did exfoliate my skin this morning as well with a product that's my fave, but if you have not watched that video, go watch it now. This was not in my last video, but while I let this seep in, I'm going to be using this Banana Bright Eye Cream by Ole Henriksen. I don't know if that's how you say it, but I just recently picked this up. It was not in my favorites video because it's pretty new to me. So I used it a few times and I like how it looks under makeup because it really does brighten, so I will tell you that. I like to take it on my ring finger and then just press it under my eye while that oil seeps into my skin, and then I'll go over top with the moisturizer. I feel like it instantly brightens my eyes. Like, it would look nice even on its own. I like the feeling of it too. Okay, so next I'm going to take my KIEHLS Ultra Facial Moisturizer and just rub this into the skin gently. So I kind of take a generous amount of moisturizer because I love the feeling. This time I rub it into my hands and I rub it into my skin gently, not too hard. So while I let that dry before I go in with my Farsali primer, I like to do my eyebrows, so I really let all that skincare soak into the skin and give it its time to do its thing. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my eyebrows. This is the Precisely My Brow by Benefit in 3.5. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and fill in my brows. And now I'm going to go in with my Farsali Skin Tune Blur to blur my pores in my T-zone. So like here, here, and here. So now I'm going to I like to rub this into the skin in like the targeted areas that I like to smooth. So I'm literally targeting it in these areas. And I just rub it in the same spot. Once like everything's kind of rubbed in and blurring those areas, I like to just flick it out. Honestly, I think priming and prepping your skin is the most important part of your makeup routine. Like I said in my previous video, your makeup will only look good as what's underneath, so you really want to prep your skin for that makeup. Moisturize it if you're dry. Fill in your pores with a pore filling primer if you have like larger pores or pores that show. I'm sure we all do. Eye cream on so your concealer goes on more smooth. It all really does matter. You might not think it does, but you'll see such a difference if you just go straight on top of your normal skin and then go on top of all these products. You don't necessarily have to use all these products. I'm just showing you what I like and what I love to do, and I pretty much do this routine every single day. You guys can use them in different ways, whatever works for you. Everybody has a different skin type, so it just kind of what works for you, you know. Use your favorite moisturizer, your favorite eye cream. It doesn't have to be the ones I'm using, but just use them and you'll see that your makeup will go on so much better. So next thing I'm going to be doing is taking my two favorite foundations, is the Estee Lauder and the Huda Beauty, and I like to mix them. I do like 1.5 pumps of this and a few drops of this, and I just blend it out all over my face. I like a lot of foundation, so That's just personal preference. I like the way they mix together, and you know, the Huda one is almost my exact shade, which is Toasted Coconut, and the Estee Lauder is called Shell Beige. So I like to mix them together and it makes a color like this. I know it's darker than my skin, but I like to go more bronzy, so I just do a few swipes after I mix it. And then I'm going to take this Real Technique sponge and just stamp it all into my skin. So next thing I'm going to be doing is taking my Huda Beauty Concealer and concealing under my eyes, a little bit on my forehead, down my nose, here, and on my chin. My favorite thing about this concealer is the applicator of it. It feels so good. It's like, it stays cool, and it like depuffs your eyes. So I really like that. I like to put a little here. By the way, this is a very, very, very full coverage concealer, so a little bit goes a long way. I mean, I know I kind of put a lot, but I like that look. But if you don't, literally like one swipe will cover everything. I also do like to take whatever's left after blending it and put it on top of my eye as a eyelid primer. So next thing that I like to do is go in with my Cover FX The Perfect Setting Powder, and I like to stamp this under my eyes for a light set, but I'm going to be taking a brush because I like the finish of this powder with a brush more than a beauty blender for some reason. I don't know why. Make sure there are no creases really quickly, and then go in with my brush, and just about this much product I take on the brush, and I just lightly just stamp it into my skin to set that all into place. Under my eye, I don't really bake with it, so I just like to stamp it into the skin. And then whatever is left, I will take it on top of my eyelid to set that as well. Pretty much I'm taking this powder everywhere I put that concealer. So now I'm lightly pressing it on top of my forehead in the center. Just taking what's left down the nose, what's left here, and just a little more for the chin. By the way, I was using a Morphe E48 brush to stamp under my eye and put that powder. I love this brush for under the eyes and powdering and even cutting the cheeks a lot. I really like this brush. It's like perfectly tapered and it's not too small, so you can like quickly set your eyes versus like a smaller brush. This fits right in still under, even in the corner, and it just gets everything so perfectly and sets it so beautifully, and it's super soft. So now I'm going to be taking my Hourglass Veil Powder, and I'm going to be stamping this part in with my beauty blender or beauty sponge, about that much, and I like to press this into the skin as well, and I like to put this more so in the areas that I like to blur. So technically, really, I'm putting this everywhere that I did not put. I'm just setting the rest of my face with this powder where I did not put the Cover FX, because this powder gives such a beautiful finish and it makes you literally look like you have a veil on your face. It's like so soft and so smooth, and it has a soft blurring effect around this area, so I really like to target it here. And then I quickly go over my face just to make sure that all the powder is dusted away and nothing's laying on top of the skin. We want everything to look like so smooth. So next thing I'm going to be doing is taking a Morphe 405 brush and taking my Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer, really coating my brush. I like this brush because it is an angled brush. I might have been a blush brush, but I love how it's like so feathery and it just dusts on my bronzer so beautifully, and I can kind of almost just like contour and bronze at once because it's like a perfectly shaped brush. So I like to take that just on my contour areas, kind of in a 3, and just bronze up, and then whenever nothing's really left on the brush, I'll bronze up everywhere just to give the face a full warmth of color. You get my point? And I like to hit the sides of my nose with it with the same brush as well, just a little bit, bronze it up before we are going to actually contour. This bronzer would actually be a very good transition shade in the crease as well on the eyes. It would look so beautiful. Even if you just wanted to do a natural, like, everyday look, you could just literally put this in the crease and blend it into your nose contour, and it would literally look flawless. Give your eyes some dimension, and you're ready to go. Put some mascara on, Put some lashes if you're feeling extra. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take my Shade and Light palette by Kat Von D. I can't show it to you because it's broken right now, so I don't want it to like fall everywhere. I'm just going to take the first and second shade in the palette on my NARS Ita brush really quickly. This palette was not in my favorites, my previous favorites video, because it was in my first favorites video. And I didn't want to keep talking about it. Everybody knows I love it if you've seen my videos. So I'm just going to lightly contour just the hollows of my cheeks. Down, don't do this with earrings on, down my jaw, and on my forehead, and down my nose as well. So I just went ahead and put some blush on. I used the BH Cosmetics blush palette, and it wasn't in my favorites video, so I just kind of threw on some blush. I'll show you if you want to see. I use this palette, and I use this shade right here. Now what I'm doing is going back to my Cover FX powder, taking my beauty sponge and carving out the bottoms of my cheek. I don't mind using a sponge for this part because it allows me to get a perfect cut line. I do use a brush sometimes, it kind of just depends my mood. I like to bake my smile lines and down the side of my nose to give it that more contoured effect. And while this is kind of baking, I like to kind of start on my eyes and then wipe it away. I don't like to bake for too long, but I'm gonna go in with the Blood Sugar palette. This palette was in my faves, and I know you guys have seen me use it time and time again, but I kind of want to show you guys how you guys can get a neutral look while using this palette versus just thinking color when you see it. So first colors I'm gonna go into is this color called Cake Mix right over here. And I'm going to just blend that into my crease. I'm doing a very simple eye look today because, like I said, I kind of want to keep it like how I apply these products every single day, and I really do use this palette a lot in my daily life. So I'm going to be putting it in the outer corner. So yeah, I'm not going to do like an extra crazy look. I'm literally just showing you guys how I like to use these products and how I like to apply them on a daily, because you really can use all your products in so many different ways. Like, I could make a crazy beautiful colorful look with this palette. I could do a soft cute moment. I could do so many different kinds of looks with my favorite products that I like to use on a daily. By the way, I'm using a Morphe M441 brush to do so. And I went with about 2 layers of that first color Cake Mix, and now I'm going to be dusting away the bake. And next thing I'm going to be doing is taking the Morphe M456 brush with the color Tongue Pop on here. And I'm going to be mixing it with a little bit of Ouch right here. I mean, they're 2 totally different colors, but they're going to mix really nicely together. And I'm just going to be taking it out in the outer corner, just kind of flicking it there and stamping it as well. And then this is a little smaller brush, so I could get into my crease like lower. And I like to just run it through and give it a little bit more dimension. And then just to deepen that up a little bit further, I'm going to be taking Ouch again, just on its own, and just stamping that in the outer corner. If you ever go too low with your eyeshadow, just take a little bit more of a translucent powder and then just kind of stamp it in the shape that you want, and it'll correct it for you. So don't worry if you take it a little too low. Just be careful, obviously, but you can always kind of fix it and shape it out, and voila, it's fixed. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is running my finger through here and taking this beautiful gold shimmer shade, and I'm going to be stamping it onto my lid pretty much all over, just like up until where I put that outer corner shade. And then now what I used for the outer corner, I'm just stamping it on with whatever's left on the brush. I didn't add any additional product. I'm just blending the 2 together. And then quickly taking Cake Mix and Tongue Pop and running it under my lower lash line. I've literally been using the same 2 brushes for this whole look, so it could be very easily achieved with whatever you have at home. And then going back to that M456 brush and taking Ouch and just kind of trying to get close to the lash line and buffing it out. And then just taking a small pointer brush, taking that gold donor shade again, and this time I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of Mario Badesku spray because I want to put it under my lower lash line in the inner corner as well. I really like to do this with the shimmers that I put on my lid. I like to put it on the bottom as well. And there you have it, a more neutral eye look using the Blood Sugar palette, which I like to dip into because I love the formula so much. Honestly, you can make this look even so much more fun by popping a fun pink, hot pink under the lower lash line, which that's not my mood today, so sometimes I do that, or pop hot pink on the inner corner of your eye. You can be so fun with this. Work with the colors on your lower lash line. If you've never worked with color before, try starting out putting a little bit of color under your lower lash line with doing a neutral look on top, and it'll kind of get you in that mood of wanting to start doing a full colorful look. I'm gonna finish this eye off of camera and pop on just a wing liner, and I will be right back. Okay, so I quickly did a little bit of eyeliner and finished this eye off of camera. Before I go in with mascara, I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with the BADESKU ROSEWATER spray. In my other video, I talked about the MORPHE spray as well, but literally right after that video, I ran out of it. It was like at the bottom. So I'm going to be going in with this. I do love to set my face with this as well, and it gives you such a good hydration to the face. So I'm going to go set this. And while that's literally almost dry, I like to go in with my beauty sponge and just stamp that into the skin while it's a little damp, so there's no like marks of where I sprayed, because sometimes when you spray it kind of like shoots out. I just make sure that everything's melted together so nicely. And right before it is even fully dry, I like to go in with my highlighter. I'm going to be taking the Anastasia X Amrezy highlighter and just stamping it on. And when you spray your face before and then go in with highlight, it gives it a more intense look. My eyeliner has kind of seen better days. I don't know if I'm like liking how I did it, but honestly, it's just a quick little cute wing moment, so I didn't even stress it out too much. I mean, I'm just kind of running errands today, so I'm not really doing anything special. I don't know if my mood is to put lashes on today, because I've been really abusing my lashes with false lashes, and I'm sure you saw all like glue in my lashes right now. And my lashes are actually pretty good. I have pretty good lashes, knock on wood. So I might just go in with some mascara today. But if you want to see what my favorite lashes are, I'm not going to tell you. If you didn't watch my last video, you got to go watch it to find out. So I'm going to go in with this Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. Okay, I'm so sorry, my camera cut off. I didn't realize it wasn't recording when I did my lipstick. I went ahead and just did mascara. I do want to put lashes on because I know it would take this look to that next level with my favorite lashes, because they're dramatic AF. But I'm not going to do that to my lashes today. I need to give my eyes a break. I've literally been wearing lashes every single day for about a good week and a half to maybe 2 weeks, because I've had so many events, I've been filming and just a bunch of stuff. So I am going to just leave my lashes like this. So pretend I had some beautiful lashes on. For the lips, I use the Lady Be Good by MAC liquid lipstick, and I put this beautiful Huda Beauty lip strobe over top of it. And it is in the shade Angelic, so it went perfectly with the pinky eyes with these two together. I really liked this combo today. I couldn't find my Candy K ultimate favorite lipstick right now. I didn't feel like going to get it. It's like upstairs in my room. So the last and final step that I love to do, this is just maybe an extra step that's unnecessary, but pretty much I'm done. You can just go about your day. But I like to take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in number 2. I like to take it on that Morphe E48 brush and just give my skin that last finishing flawless touch. I'll go pretty much everywhere besides where I highlighted, because I don't want to matte out that highlighter. It gives you that flawless finishing touch. I don't know, I just like the look of it. I think it's such a beautiful powder, and it really locks everything into place. And there you have it, you guys. This is my way of putting on my favorite beauty products and the way I use them every single day in my everyday routines. So I did talk about a lot more products in my video. If you haven't seen it, like I said a million times, go check it out, because I promise the products that I told you about are really amazing and so bomb. This is like more of my everyday kind of on the go running errands I would like do this look for. Maybe not as much on the eyes. It kind of just depends my mood. Sometimes I'm feeling extra, sometimes I'm not. Today I'm not feeling extra with the lashes. I'm just not. So this is the look that I came up with. I pretty much have the same face routine. Those are the main products that I want to focus on how I use them and show them to you on how I use them, because you know, eyes, you can do so many different things. Every day I do something different with my eyes. Like I said, this is how I use the products. I hope you guys learned a few things and liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Also hit that notification bell so you can get notified every single time I upload a new video. And that is it, you guys. I will see you guys all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.